show me the fraction line? Okay, show me the D underneath on the bottom, the down low. Okay, everybody say denominator. Denominator. Raise your hand if you can tell me what information does the denominator tell us? I love the way Maya's thinking about it and accessing that information in her brain. What does the denominator tell us about the fraction?
Makes it perfect.
Paula? How many pieces are in the whole? Let's say that together. Ready? The denominator tells us how many total pieces in the whole. Okay, that means when all the pieces are still there, right? Okay, let's review this word. You can see part of it on the board. Part of it's covered up. Okay, whisper it to your elbow if you remember that word. Everybody say it out loud.
Equivalent.
I heard some people say equal. You're right. What's the longer word we learned recently for that? Reyes? Equivalent. Everybody say equivalent. Equivalent. It also means equal, right? When we're talking about fractions, what do we mean when we say equivalent? You just got done playing your cover-up game with your fraction kit. Did you guys put your thumb up if you saw some equivalent fractions when you were doing that? Okay, who can give me an example of equivalent fractions you saw when you were playing your cover-up game? Jackson.
2 halves.
2 halves is the same or equivalent to
1 whole.
1 whole. Everybody say that. 2 halves is equivalent to 1 whole. What other equivalent fractions did you see, Maya?
4 fourths.
4 fourths.
Equivalent to 1 whole.
Excellent. Let's say it together. Ready? 4 fourths. Just like on these fourths we see here, right? 4 fourths are equivalent to 1 whole. Is that true? It is true. I put it at the wrong place, didn't I? Okay. What other equivalent fractions did you see when you were playing your cover-up game? Geneva.
1/8.
1/8 is equivalent to what? How else could we show 1/8 besides using
Another
1/8?
1/8.
That's true. 1/8 is equivalent to 1/8. Is there any other way we could build that amount of 1/8 using different size pieces of fraction pieces?
Ooh.
What do you think, Aria?
It's not about
I wanted somebody to help Geneva out and finish up that thought. If we have a 1/8 piece like this, what other pieces could we use to build the same size as this? Abel? Not sure? Aria? I'm asking you, what other pieces could we use to build this same size piece? Jason?
2 1/16.
2/16, yes! 2/16 pieces are equivalent to 1/8. Let's say it together, ready? 2/16 are equivalent to 1/8. Good. Okay, I want to move on because we were to be on the carpet for a little bit because we're going to add to our visual interactive math story right here. We have our story about force that we started the other day. Everybody tell me where I started in my story. Where did I start? At my house. Where was I headed? To the school. Good. What did I find at equal distances between each store that I passed? What did I find? Jarek? Stoplights, traffic lights, good. And we labeled all of these fractions before, didn't we? What are we counting at the top? Tell your elbow right here. What kinds of fractions are we counting by up here on the top?
I'm not sure.
Once again, I've told you this before, but if you're sitting in your seat and you're not sitting up and you're playing or you're not paying attention, I'm going to bring you closer to me and you're going to come to the carpet. So show me. David, what are we counting by up here on the top? What are we counting? What kinds of fractions? Let's all look at the denominator so that we can find out what kinds of fractions we're counting. What are we counting, Samara? Fourths. Everybody say we're counting fourths. We're counting fourths. Good. We're going to count a different kind of fraction now. Okay? Okay, then move over here, please. Thank you. Closer, over here. Thank you. Okay, so was driving along, I also noticed not only was I passing stoplights and traffic lights, because usually when we drive down a road, do we see nothing on one side of the road? Like, is one side of the road completely blank?
No.
No. Okay, so we're gonna fill that in. So when I looked to the left, I saw all these traffic lights and stores. When I looked to the right, as I was driving, I saw some other things. So let me show you what I saw. I saw this,
What about the little lines on the road?
and I saw this.
What is that?
Ms. Perkins, if you will pick up any markers that are being dropped repeatedly, because that is not a fourth grade behavior and it is distracting me. So we're gonna pick those up and give those back later when they are needed. Okay. Well, I wonder what I saw on the right side of the street. Does anybody have an idea? Tell your elbow or your hand, what do you think I saw on the right side of the street as I was passing by? Raise your hand if you tell me. Natalie.
Houses.
Houses, good. How do we know what kinds of fraction segments we're going to be counting over here? Because up here we're counting fourths. So how do we know what we're going to be counting down here? What are we going to do to figure it out? Jason? We are counting houses. How are we going to know how many segments we have? How are we going to know what our denominator is going to be? Because if I'm looking at my section, my segment, I know my 1/4 segment looks about that size right there, like my finger. Look at the segments down here. Are they the same size?
Yes.
So when you look at this and you look at target, where one hole is, and you look at my house, I started here, I'm headed to target first, right? When I look at that and I look at that same distance from here to here, or from there to there, it looks like these sections that I see up here are different from the sections I see down there. What do I have to do to figure out what I'm going to be counting down here? Because I don't think it's fourths like it is up here. What did you notice? Maya, tell us how you counted it, because I saw you count it. You want to come show us? Now's not a good time, Natalie. I do not want you to miss this. Go ahead.
I counted it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, did you guys see that?
Yes.
She counted the what? What are those called?
Segments.
Segments. Everybody say segments. Segments between the houses. And you got 8. And she pointed out to me, she remembered how we said the other day, we're not going to start counting 1 at the house. We're going to count 1 after we go one little segment, right? So she said, I don't know if you saw what Maya did, but I'm going to trace the segments she counted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we have to do one more segment right here before this line that is the line to go to target, okay? So that makes 8 segments, okay, to get to the one hole. But this picture is a little bit tricky. What makes this picture tricky? What did you notice, Sammy? What did you notice about this picture? Why was 8 segments confusing for you initially?
Because Maya told me to.
Okay, I heard somebody say something else, that why this picture is a little bit confusing, why you might not think that it's 8. Yeah.
I'm not going to argue with you.
Samara.
There's only 7 houses.
There's only 7 houses. Who can explain that? Why are there only 7 houses right here? Can anybody explain it with the picture? Yeah.
Because maybe, like you said, we said not to start at the house.
So the house is first, so the house is 0. And then we do one segment and there's a house. What happens after this segment?
You need to draw the other house.
Do I? Because this segment takes us to one hole. What's that one hole? Sammy noticed. What's at one whole already? There's already something there. It's across the street though, so that is a bit confusing. This is what I was thinking. I think I did mess up, to be honest with you. Okay, so I actually do need to draw something right here. What do I need to draw?
Are you talking about something you could draw for an example of the one hole?
Yeah, on the other side of the street, what's at one hole?
A target?
The Target store, right? So I was thinking to myself, oh, I don't need to draw anything right here because that's the Target store. But is the Target store going to be on both sides of the road?
No.
No, so that was so silly on my part. So I need to draw another house right here for the one hole.
I thought you were going to draw a tree or something.
You want me to draw a gas station? You know what? I can draw a gas station. I can put a gas pump right here. Should I do that?
Can you do Starbucks?
You want me to do Starbucks? Okay, sure.
I know how to draw Starbucks.
Can you put a tree for one of them?
Can you draw
Yes, I like your ideas. So yes, for the whole numbers, how about if for the whole numbers, I ask you guys what you want me to put, okay? So on this one, it's gonna be a gas station, okay? So what I want you to do on your board though, is I want you to fill in the numbers of the fractions that go down here. They're not gonna be the same as the ones up on top. So please fill in the fractions that go with these numbers. I did the orange lines for you to show you where the segments are for the fractions. Now fill in the numbers, put them on your whiteboard. You can work with the person next to you if you like.
Does the one hole count?
No, I don't. We're doing it by ourselves.
You can help each other if you like. And then this last one also has a fraction that goes with it.
The last
Fill them in,
fraction
please.
I put-
Nice job, Jana.
The one hole is the last fraction.
Nice job. Nice job, Samara. So I think we agreed it's not 7. So check again. Good. Oh, okay. Are you ready to use these for only what they're meant for using?
No.
Journey, you need a whiteboard, friend. Nope, you're keeping that one. Nope. If you get your marker taken away, then when you get them back, you get the one I gave you, and you use it. Nice job, way to go. Oh, did
How
you
many
need a marker?
segments are there in the whole?
Please don't throw it up and down.
They
okay,
disagree
or
with
roll
your
it or make it a toy.
denominator.
Good. Wow, you guys are all getting this correct. Nice job. Esta parte de la línea de abajo está dividido en cuántos pedazos? 8. 8 pedazos. 8 segmentos. Good. Okay, count with me. Ready? Let's fill them in together. Everybody ready? What kinds of fractions are we counting this time?
7.
Not 7. Oh, 8. Okay, everybody ready? 1 8, 2 8, 3 8, 4 8, 5 8, 6 8, 7 8, 8 8.
Who said no?
Okay. Raise your hand if you can tell me what do you think is going to come next? Which fraction? Oh, Sammy, you pointed out something. 8 eighths also means what?
Infinite.
What is it, Eli? One whole. Let's say it together. Ready?
8
eighths also means one whole. Good job. Which fraction do you think will come next? Tell your elbow. Predict it. Say it out loud.
9.
9 eighths. Good. So I need to make sure that I'm breaking this segment up into equal pieces as much as possible. It's not actually going to be equal. It's going to be a little bigger than it should be. But here we're going to have 9 eighths. Okay, and then we will have 10 eighths.
David, take your whiteboard and go sit on the floor, please.
Yeah, and Ms. Perkins, feel free to correct students that you see not paying attention as I am doing this. I love the way I hear Eli aiming high and counting to himself, so he'll know what to do next time I ask to write
David, sit up.
the fractions.
Before the tripod falls on you.
And, all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and write the boxes for the fractions. Please fill in the next fractions on your board for the next houses.
How many more houses? 73. Okay. Okay, I got it.
Okay, so you see where we stopped right here at 8/8 at the gas station?
You're good.
Okay. Oh, and you know what? I was gonna do a tree because Sammy asked for a tree. So I will color that in.
Can the second one be Starbucks and can I draw?
The next one could be Starbucks. I'll do a tree first.
Can I draw white blocks?
So right here,
What's my favorite? Starbucks.
it's gonna be a big tree.
Or like a, how much is this
It's supposed to be a tree.
I don't know. How many segments is there?
You went too far, friend, but those are correct. Where do we need to stop? Good. Oh, you know what? Actually, yes, that is where we stopped. Good. How did you know where to stop, Samara?
I counted on.
You counted on. Okay. How did you know where to stop, Geneva?
Because there's another house. And there's a tree. I did 8 plus 8.
So you're right. Oh, so you need to stop right here because you looked at the pictures. Okay. How did you know where to stop, Jackson?
Because I know 8 plus 8 equals 16.
You know 8 plus 8 more equals 16 total. So he's like, this is going to be 16. But Jackson, you didn't put the whole number 16. Why'd you put 16 over 8? It's an improper fraction. Okay.
Thank you.
Good. How did you know where to stop? Oh, you fixed it. You did. Okay. Good. Good job, Fatu. Nice work, Kaden, Abel. Journey, I would love if you'd show me your thinking. Okay, let's fill them in together. Count with me. Ready? 9 8s, 10 8s, 11 8s, 12 8s, 13 8s, 14 8s, 15 8s, and 16 8s. Can I ask you a question? Why does the denominator stay 8? Everybody say denominator? Denominator. Why is the denominator always 8 down here? Why is it never changing? Let's see here. Oh, okay, I heard Aria shout out that's because that's how many segments we've done so far between the houses. Okay, why else, Paula? That was the total number of pieces in one whole. So if that's the number of pieces we're counting and it takes to make one whole, that information does not change. That still is how many pieces it takes to make one whole. Okay, very good. Okay, we're about to stop and do something else. Sammy told me this answer last time. I wonder if somebody else can tell me this time. This fraction, this improper fraction, like Jackson said, is, why is it improper, Jackson? What makes this improper?
Because the bigger number is on top, not bottom.
The bigger number's on the top of the fraction, good. What's the other name of this location, besides being 16 eighths?
Improper fraction?
The kind of fraction it is improper, you're right, but what is the other number name of this location besides 16 eighths?
A mixed number?
Let's see here. Kaden, what's the other number name of this location right here? It's not only called 16 eighths, it's also called,
No, it's not that.
go look.
16 eighths. No, it's not.
16 eighths is also called what? 2 holes! Good job. has 16 houses. Okay, how does that help you see it's 2 wholes? 8 plus 8. You've got 8 right here that makes 1 whole. You've got 8 right here that makes another whole, 2 holes. Is that what you mean when you say 8 plus 8? Okay, good.
Oh, I have a question.
Yeah.
Can someone tell me what is the name of the location above the 8?
It's McDonald's.
Oh, this number.
That number.
We haven't really got over that number name very much, have we?
Oh,
This is the denominator. Does anybody know the name of this one? Paula? Numerator. Everybody say numerator.
Thank you.
Numerator.
Ah,
Good.
I forgot.
Okay, I don't know the sign language for it. I'm gonna have to check, but it's called the numerator. Good. So today, guys, we are gonna be in our journals. We're gonna be practicing that skill of noticing the fraction name of a location or an amount, and the whole number name of that location or amount. Okay, so that's what we're gonna be practicing today, and I encourage you to use this tool to help you.